Hi guys, in this video we're gonna start working on the aim offset of our ranged enemy character. So we're gonna give him the ability to aim at us when we move around. So here I'm gonna start by accessing the anime starter pack provided by Epic Games, of course. And here we're gonna search for the aim space iron sights, this animation. I'm gonna open it to show you. So this animation provide a lot of frames for different poses for an aiming character, with him aiming in all the direction around him. So we're gonna use these some poses of this aim space as keyframes for our aim offset, which is an asset that gives a character the ability to aim around in his animation. So I'm gonna stop this aim space animation. I'm gonna check to see if I'm recording because it's very important. Yes, I am recording. So I'm gonna start by going to this file which contains the frame for each pose. So to guide me in this keyframes setup, so in my aim space I'm gonna right click on the time ruler and make sure the time is displayed in frames format, not seconds format. So here I'm gonna click on this and choose, instead of this I'm gonna rather click on this button to go to the front of the aim space, to go to frame 0, the first frame. I'm gonna right click on the time picker and click on remove from frame 1 to frame 87 to just have the frame. I did an error, shouldn't have done it this way. I'm gonna undo what I did, and then what I should do before doing all of this, I should retarget the aim space to our skeleton, the skeleton of our ranged enemy. So I'm gonna right click on it and retarget anim assets, duplicate anim assets and retarget to the skeleton that our enemy uses. So retarget. We have the aim space in the content folder. We move it to the ranged enemy folder. Move there. In the ranged enemy folder, I'm gonna create a new folder because we're gonna have a lot of animation files. So I'm gonna choose as a name for this folder aim offset simply. Alright, may not contain any of the following character. Okay, aim offset. Okay, so there I'm gonna move my aim space iron sights to that folder. Move there. To have things organized, I'm gonna open the folder and I'm gonna duplicate this animation file to create my different one frame animations. So I'm gonna duplicate it again and again. The first one I'm gonna call it aim center. Control C on that sentence and Control V here. The second one I'm gonna call it, where is it? Aim center down. The third I'm gonna call it aim center up, gonna keep duplicating, so Control W. I need 6 more one frame animations, so I'm gonna keep duplicating 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. Should be all. How much I did, how much new animations I did. I need one more, and it should be all. Namespace iron sights, the original one is intact. So here, gonna choose a name. Gonna just do a copy and paste. So aim left center. Okay. Aim left up. So we're basically using 9 one frame animations for our aim offset, and these are the titles of the animations. On the Unreal Engine website, you have a guide for creating a name offset. Where is it? This one remains this one. So we have the aim center down, aim center up, aim left center, aim left down, aim left out, up, sorry, aim right center, aim right down, aim right up. We have one superfluous file, so I'm gonna delete it. And that should be all. So I'm gonna start with the aim center animation. I'm gonna open it. So the aim center animation, this character, the character is looking straight at us, is aiming straight forward in the center. So here, making sure it's in frames, go to front, and we're gonna keep the first frame and remove the rest, and save our one frame animation. Moving to the aim center down, I'm gonna locate its keyframe, should be at frame 20. So in this small number icon, I'm gonna type 20 to go straight to frame 20, keeping it and removing the rest. Right click on the time picker and remove from frame 40. Okay, and we save. So we have him aiming forward down. If we hit play, it's one frame animation, so nothing is gonna happen. It's just this image. Sorry, it didn't remove the frames after the frame, so remove from frame 1 to frame 15. Okay, so we have that frame, it's moving, just one frame. Alright, I'm gonna save it and close, and rather load aim center up. So the frame for aim center up is situated at frame 10. Gonna go straight at frame 10. Right click there, remove from frame 0 to frame 9, then remove from frame 1 to frame 78. Save. Play. So we have it. Aim left center. He's gonna be aiming to the left at the center, so it's situated. Aim left center, frame 30. There. The same operation, remove from frame 0 to frame 30 and remove from frame 1 to the remaining frames after the frame of interest. And save. Okay. So that is aim left center, aim left down, aiming to the left down, downward, so situated at the frame 50. Gonna move to frame 50. Right, this one, so we do the same thing. Alright, and we save. Or we always test to see if everything is alright. Aim left up, aiming to the left upward, so aim left up, frame 40. Don't know why always it goes there. Okay, this one. Save. Aim right center. You know the story. Aiming to the right at the center. So where is its keyframe? Its frame 60. That's the pose. Aim right down, frame 80, that's it. That should be it. And remains aim right up, 70. That's it. Okay, and I save my newly created pose. Play. That's it. So we have our different poses for our aim space. Before creating our aim space, we should do a bulk edit on these different poses. So we select them all until the last one of them, this one. And we right click, Asset Actions, Bulk Edit via Property Matrix. To edit their properties in one shot. So under Additive Settings, Additive Anim Type, we select Mesh Space to allow this to be compatible with aim offsets. Base Pose Type, this is the base pose that this is the pose that is gonna be used for blending between the different poses. So we're gonna choose selected animation frame, base pose animation. We choose the animation idle rifle iron sights. So we're gonna just search for it in the content. We click on this one and we search for it. So where is it? Idle rifle iron sights. This one. Didn't select it. I'm gonna go manually to search for it in the content browser and set it there. So enemies, ranged enemy, idle rifle iron sight. I'm gonna select it. Go back and just set it there. That's it. So that should do it. And then we save all our modifications. That should be it. So back to it. I'm testing to see. Alright, and we go back to the aim offset folder. So we have our different poses set up. We're gonna just what we're gonna do. We're gonna right click there and under animation, aim offset, this one. We create the asset. We choose the proper skeleton. Very important. It's gonna be this one, UE4 mannequin skeleton, located in game mannequin folder. This one. And we simply name the aim offset ranged nm underscore aim offset. Okay. So we open our aim offset. So it's like a blend space. It's like a two-dimensional blend space. So we're gonna set our horizontal axis and vertical axis. The first one. So the blend space blends between the different poses depending on the yaw and the pitch of the control or rotation. So the horizontal axis, of course, is gonna be named yaw. The vertical axis is gonna be named pitch. Minimum value for each one of them minus 90, of course. Maximum, can I set the other one too? Because I'm using a small keyboard, so maximum value it's gonna be 90. For the two of them. And that's it. So should be okay. So these are the two axes. And then we're gonna manually place our different poses inside the aim offset like we did with the blend space. So aim center, it's gonna be at the center, of course. Aim center up there, aim center down there. Aim right center there, angle 90 degrees for the pitch, for the yaw, sorry. Aim right down there, aim right up there. Aim left center there, left down, left up. Okay, and we make sure our preview base pose is the idle rifle iron sights. And we save our aim offset. We have our aim offset set up. Now we're gonna preview it in action depending on the yaw and the pitch of the controller rotation for the ranged enemy. So I'm gonna hit shift and to move that green icon to preview my aim offset. So we have our character aiming depending on our control rotation, looking up, looking down, to the right up, to the right down, to the left down, to the left up, to the left center. That's it. It should be like that. Then we're gonna use it inside our animation blueprint. So we're gonna go to our anim graph. There we're gonna unhook our state machine, which is until now named default. We're gonna change its name to locomotion, a better name for each its function, and that's it. There, what we're gonna do, we're gonna drag our aim offset in the graph. The locomotion state machine, we're gonna save it in an animation cache. So there we're gonna type cache, new save cached pose, this one. We're gonna name this animation cache locomotion, saved locomotion, maybe the best one, locomotion cache, simply. Locomotion cache, and then we're gonna use it elsewhere in the graph. So shouldn't be there. Use cached pose locomotion cache, this one, because we're gonna use it in a layered blend pair bone node with the aim offset. So alright, here for our aim offset we're gonna drag off the yo variable, promote to variable, to create the animation blueprint, a new animation blueprint variable named aim yo. We do this for the pitch also. Promote to variable. We're gonna name it aim pitch. So aim yo and aim pitch, and then for our aim offset we should have the base pose, the locomotion cache, our state machine. Then we're gonna do a duplication for the cache, putting it there, and then we're gonna do a layered blend pair bone. So the bottom half of the character is gonna be animated by the locomotion cache. The upper part of him is gonna be animated by the aim offset at this point in the development of this game. So layered blend pair bone, base pose this one, blend pose 0, the aim offset should be like that. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna simply drag off the layered blend pair bone to the output pose of the animation graph. For the layered blend pair bone, we're gonna choose the bone, the limit for the determining the two halves of the character. We're gonna choose the bone pelvis, simply. We're gonna choose the pelvis bone. We keep the blend depth as it is to 0 for the brush filter. and the blend weight we keep it at 1, and that should do it. Now if we launch play, nothing is gonna happen. Just nothing is gonna happen. So what we should be doing is we should be implementing this in the event graph to get our aim yaw and aim to rather get the control rotation of the character and the actor rotation, and set this aim yaw and aim pitch variables in real time to drive our aim offset. Event graph, we compile event graph here. We're gonna do get, should be like that. We're gonna drag off the try get pawn owner a new line, and we're gonna do get control rotation of the owning pawn, so this one. I'm gonna double click on the blue line to create a reroute node, and we're gonna get also his actor rotation, so get actor rotation. Now what we should be doing is do a delta rotator. So this is gonna normalize, get a rotator, normalize it to the difference between B and A. So after having gotten our delta rotator, we're gonna get the aim yaw, the two variables, blueprint variables, aim yaw and aim pitch, and we're gonna make rotator out of them. So make rotator, this one. The pitch should go to the pitch, the yaw should go to the yaw. So we're making a rotator out of the two variables, the pitch and the yaw, and here we're having the rotator. We're gonna search for the node rInterp2. So this is gonna update his output, its output rotator, moving from this rotator to that rotator in real time. So the target rotator is this one, obtained from the control rotation. The delta time should be the delta time of the updating of the animation, which comes from this, the delta time x of the event blueprint update animation. Now wire it there to the proper input. To keep things neat, I'm gonna double click to create reroute nodes, just to have things clear in the blueprint. So move this one there like that. We double click to create a third one there, and keep our animation blueprint neat and clear. The interp speed should be 15. This is a value given by the Unreal Engine website aim offset guide. Now we have our new rotation, which we're gonna output in these two variables. So gonna break the rotator to get its three components, break rotator. Before moving the output straight to these two variables, we should clamp the two angles between -90 and 90. So for the pitch, we're gonna clamp For the pitch, we're gonna clamp the angle. Sorry guys, I have a problem. It should work like just fine. I have a menu problem with Unreal Engine. I don't know why it happens. We'll be back in a second, guys. So guys, sorry for that. So here for the output rotator, we're gonna get the aim yaw and aim pitch variables. Don't know why it created this new variable, because we don't need it. So for the pitch, we're gonna clamp it between a minus 90 and 90. And 90. We're gonna do a duplication to the clamp node, clamp angle node, and this time it's gonna be the yaw. Then we're gonna set our variables with Alt the yaw and then the pitch. So the pitch goes to the pitch, should be in the opposite order, and the yaw goes for the yaw, and that's it. So we set our variables, and we connect the execution line to the first part of the anim BP event graph. That's it. Should be like that. Gonna do some polishing. So there we're getting our variables, the aim yaw and the aim pitch variables, based on the control rotation of the character and his rotation. So I'm gonna create a comment for this new section of the animation blueprint, and we're gonna call it aim offset, and that's it. So compile and save our anim BP. So everything is complete for the new anim BP containing an aim offset. What we're gonna do, we're gonna test it now, guys. I'm gonna just move my character to that platform. So I'm gonna move it there, gonna hit and I'm gonna hit E to give it a rotation like that, looking at that box in the center of the area. I'm gonna save all my assets, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to his AI controller, and I'm gonna unconnect the code we did the last time to test our locomotion animations. I'm gonna unconnect it there. This time I'm gonna use the behavior tree of the character. So event on possess run behavior tree. This one we're gonna choose, of course, ZnS behavior tree that we created. Then we're gonna open our behavior tree in the ranged enemy folder. We search for the behavior tree PT, and this one we open it. In the behavior tree, this is not the true root of the behavior tree, so we're gonna create a selector there. This is the true root. From the selector, we're gonna create a sequence. and this sequence is gonna run a task. It's gonna loop it, so it's gonna run it again and again and again, so constantly. So here we're gonna create a new task, a new behavior tree task, new task. So this is gonna be created in the behavior tree folder. We have the newly created task in the ranged enemy folder, the folder of the behavior tree. So we're gonna rename the newly created task to Fox. So this task is gonna make the AI controller focus on the player character. In the newly created task Fox, we're gonna override an event, which is event receive execute AI. So this is called when the behavior tree calls the task Focus. We're gonna get it. Owner controller is this one, the AI controller. We get it, and we set call the Fox. Yes, set Focus. Get focus, get clear focus, set focal point, set focus actor, set focus rather. This one. This is gonna make the AI controller focus on one goal or on one focus point. So we're gonna get our player character. Get player character. This is the new focus of the AI controller. And then after having done this, we're gonna call the finish execute node of the task. Declaring a successful execution. And we compile. So we have our task created. We go back to our behavior tree, and we're gonna call the task in the sequence by the sequence node. So here we drag the arrow and we search for Fox. We're gonna have the task in the tasks list. So the sequence is gonna execute its children until one of its children fails. At that time, it's gonna go back to the parent node. This is what the sequence do. This is what the sequence does. So this is the role of the sequence. Gonna save my behavior tree, and then I'm gonna run the game to see the result. I'm gonna hit Alt P to run the game, and see right away he's focusing at me. You see, right away he's aiming at me the correct way. If I go next to the platform, close to the platform, he's aiming at me. He's really aiming at me. So I'm gonna go next to him. You see, I'm gonna go next to him to make testing easier. I'm gonna add a new code to my first person character. Should I call it code? I'm gonna add a new graph or a new small blueprint to my first person character blueprint. And then I'm gonna go to project settings. I'm gonna give my player the ability to sprint. So input in the engine in the engine section, gonna just collapse these action mappings. A new action mapping, I'm gonna call it quickly sprint. Gonna affect with the left shift of the keyboard, so I'm gonna search for it. Left shift, this one. Close my project settings, and in the first person character I'm gonna call the newly created input, so sprint. Yes, and it's gonna simply modify the character max walk speed. So press it, get the character movement, of course, max, set max walk speed, duplicate it to create two paths, press it, gonna set the max walk speed to 1200, release it, setting it back to 600, just to be able to better test the game and move around quicker on command and things like this. So a command, input, sprint, that's it. Gonna compile, I'm gonna save all my work and I'm gonna test the game. So here I'm gonna hit the left shift, I'm moving around quicker, and it's better also to have a bigger jump of the character. So character movement again, the section jumping, falling, jump Z velocity, I'm gonna set it straight to 700 to have a bigger speed when a bigger speed upward when jumping. So when I hit play, I'm jumping bigger, so I have bigger jumps, and if I want it, I have bigger running speed. So you see, he cannot aim in the direction also behind his back, because we clamped the aim yaw and aim pitch angles to between -90 and 90 for it to be aiming the correct way, not for him to twist around or something weird. So you see, if I jump, he's aiming at me in the air, he's doing exactly the right thing. Gonna move it down, closer to that box, and hit and to make him go to the ground, and hit play. Gonna jump on that box because I jump bigger, so I should control the right way my character, and he's aiming at me. So guys, in this video we did our aim offset. Now our ranged enemy have the ability to aim at our player character. In the next video we're gonna continue working on him until he's complete and behaving like an intelligent shooter. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.